Hello everybody, hi, it's Alison again. Here I am coming to you live from Tampa, day 2 of my 14-day challenge. And today I really wasn't sure what I was going to talk about. I've had a headache most of the day, and so I thought that's perfect. I will look up some symptoms on how to relieve my headache, and I will share those symptoms, not the symptoms, I will share the relief methods with you. And so I looked up online and I got into a website called Healthline. I think it was a blog or something. And I found 5 easy ways to relieve headache, and I've been trying them, and I have to say I don't know which ones worked because the headache has finally gone. So maybe 1, 2, I don't know how many of the 5 I've tried today have anyway helped. Anyway, so I thought I'd share them, and they're all things that we don't need to go out to the shops, stores. This is how I am. The shops or the stores to go and buy anything. It's stuff that we've got readily at hand. So the first one really is to think about whether you've been wearing anything on your head to ease the pressure that you've had on your head. So if you're wearing a hat, if you've been having your hair up in a ponytail, that's a big one for children, definitely. Girls, my girls have had headaches from having their hair in ponytails all day, which sounds ridiculous because it seems like a normal thing, but it actually, obviously, the pressure of holding the hair back can cause a headache. Something that I'm very prone to doing is wearing my glasses on my head like this, and that can cause the pressure on my head and can give me a headache. So, you know, have you got your sunglasses up on your head, or if you've been wearing your glasses up on your head, certainly that's a big deal. I'm afraid sometimes it can cause a headache. So those are some things. Also a hairband, maybe, that can cause some pressure. So just make sure that all of those things have been removed and you just let your hair loose, literally, and maybe that'll help with your headache issue. So that's number 1. Number 2 is just to try and relax, and that's very difficult when you're feeling stressed and your head's thumping, I know. Just try to do some relaxing stretches or a couple of yoga poses perhaps. Maybe just sitting down quietly in a darkened room, just pulling the blinds down or closing the curtains or whatever, and just having a few minutes of meditation, just really quietly, keeping very quiet and trying to think of positive things. Oh, it's that side, isn't it? No, it's that side. Positive vibes, and just to think of positive things away from the pain in your head, and then just trying to calm yourself down, and maybe that will help alleviate some of the symptoms of your headache too. That's number 2. Number 3 is hydration. That's a huge one. I've definitely had dehydration headaches. I think most people I know have. And so the first thing I do is have a glass of water when I've got a headache, just to see if that will help, just to relieve some of the headache pressure. And obviously the best way to avoid having a headache is to make sure that you are drinking enough throughout the day. Easier said than done sometimes, I know, but it's just sometimes recognising it at the end of the day when you've got a headache. It's just trying to think, well, what's caused it today? You know, that sort of idea. So certainly making sure that you've got enough water on board is a good way to alleviate some of the pressure there. So number 4 is getting enough sleep. In this article I was reading, it was found that those people getting less than 6 hours were more likely to have worse headaches and more frequent headaches. So make sure you're getting more than 6 hours. That seems to be the magic number on the article. Obviously, everybody's very different. We're all unique. We all need different levels, different amounts of sleep, but you have to find what's good for you. And six hours maybe just isn't enough, and maybe you just need to make sure you get to bed a little bit earlier, and get a bit more sleep. And then the 5th one is going into reflexology. I don't know if anyone out there has tried reflexology. My mum did reflexology for quite a while, and the reflex point on our hands is the thumb. So if you can find the point on your thumb that hurts, that relates to your head, I mean the thumbs relate to your head, and so the left one obviously relates to your left side, the right one to your right. And so if you can find the point, and sometimes it's the points and quite large parts of your thumb that can maybe hurt, if you just apply pressure to those bits on your thumb, not too much, but just a little bit of pressure, just to see if that will help relieve some of the symptoms of your headache. and your big toes also relate to your head. So that might be something, if you're flexible enough to reach down to your toes, have a go at just applying some pressure to your toes and finding, and it's amazing if your headache is on the right side. It's amazing how much it does relate. You can find the pain point on your thumbs. Definitely, it's been a while since I've tried my toes, but it's easier when you're driving. You can just, you can just apply pressure even when you're driving to relieve some of the pressure there. So those are 5 quick and easy ways to relieve a headache without heading out to the store. So if you found those useful, let me know. And I have a list of 5 more that you can maybe find in your pantry, that you probably do have in your pantry, so little ideas to help relieve your headaches. If before going to the medicine cabinet, if after these things don't work, 5 more ideas for you to use to relieve your headache. So I hope that was helpful to you. Stay well, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.